TV. Stay entertained.
Yeah, welcome to My Planet, the show with the Hamilton, or Superhost Hamilton. Superhost Hamilton with the show My Planet at 40 TV, where we keep entertained, we keep happy, we keep enjoying. This afternoon, I'm glad that we are moving quite well with the year. January has gone. Now we're in February. It is 8th today. Today is 8th of February, 2026. And it was a bright morning, cool, and I think it's likely to be a bright afternoon as well. We may have some bit of rain here and there if all goes the way some of us predict or forecast. Yeah, I greet you and salute you, and I want to welcome you and thank you for always being viewing this show, listening in. Like I promised, next time, I think early March, we shall be talking together. I will be calling in to share some ideas. First of all, I always tell you why this show is called My Planet, because every day I come here, I have other new people, new viewers, new listeners, so I've got to tell you why. It is nature-based show. I think 75% of this show focuses on nature, but the rest of the other percentage goes to any other affairs in the world. And I always tell you that this show is bilingual. It's done into languages, local language, simply because for those people who may have not had the opportunity of going to school to learn English and so on, but also who enjoy Nyorotoro. But also English, simply because we're a global institution, and so we want to have everybody on board, and we don't like to leave anybody behind. So that's why we use the two languages. And I always give you a quote regarding nature. I quote something so that you can also be inspired to keep nature, to preserve nature, to conserve nature, because nature is our lifeline. It's a lifeline for humanity. Without nature, we cannot have oxygen, we cannot have water, we cannot have everything, including food, because we grow food on soil and so on. So nature is a very key thing. And among all the planets that we have in the solar system of the universe, it is only planet Earth that has life 100%. So this requires us to make sure that we preserve it so that it preserves us too. And if we don't, we perish. And if we perish, it doesn't perish itself. It remains. Actually, we are enemies of planet Earth because we destroy nature. We cut forests, we cause necessary disastrous climate change and all those other conditions which are not good for us. So the quote today is like, please preserve nature, preserve this Earth, because there's no planet B. The planet we have called Earth is this one. When you distort this one, you have no other planet to run into which will behave like planet Earth. So make sure you're part of the team that fights, makes an effort to conserve and preserve nature. We shall have a bit of change this afternoon. I have some guests today. It's a special day because I have some guests. Those who are viewing in here, you can see them. Those who are listening in, you will hear them speak. I have 3 guests here in the studio. For me, I have already introduced myself. I will give them an opportunity to introduce themselves at some point. But what I can mention is that these guests have come from Great Britain or United Kingdom, if you want. So they're in the country here for some reason that we are going to be discussing. And they are being accompanied by a person from this sub-region, from the project or the organization that they have visited. So each of these members here in the studio will have the opportunity to introduce themselves by name, the country they are coming from, and at some point I will be asking them why they are here and how did they start coming here, things like that. So without much ado, I will ask my colleague from my extreme right to say who he is and the organization where he's coming from and what he does there for the start. Okay. Liverson.
Thank you, Mr. Kalegera.
But for this show, I'm Superhost Hamilton. Superhost Hamilton. That's what the audience knows about me here.
Okay, for
Yes.
hosting us today. And I'm very happy to be here for the second time.
Yeah.
By the names of Siam Kere Liverson. And I work with the Uraro Foundation, which is located in Karangura.
Yes.
And basically we are here to talk about the beekeeping. And in the language we are going to use, I will be using 2 languages or 3. One, the English, which I'm using currently, and the symbol Konjo.
Greet your people very quickly in your local language so that we can move forward.
In the Siam Kere River, so Ninga Kuranda Bularu, Karangura, kandi nijinga twala egesia training kuti so mesia abandro erendisia nzuji
wasinjeria samsakul wasinjeria. Yes, yeah, we are doing self introduction. David, you're invited to introduce yourself by name, by country, by work. Yeah.
Hello, my name's David Holloway. I'm a beekeeper from England, and I'm over here with Bees Abroad, and a charity organisation which we'll talk about, I'm sure, and come to spend some time with Bululu to see what help they might need or whatever we can do to support them.
Okay.
So, just here for a week.
Thank you, David. You are very welcome. You are at 40 TV, where we keep entertained, we keep happy, we keep enjoying. This catches the entire world. We're on satellite, on free to air. We're on. So, Stephen?
Thank you, Superhost Hamilton.
Thank you. You have grabbed it. Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here. My name is Steve. I'm from the UK. I'm also working with Bees Abroad, and I'm working with David to help in projects in Uganda.
Thank you very much. Very welcome to Uganda again. How many times have you come to Uganda besides this round?
Oh, this is my 3rd visit to Uganda for Bees Abroad, yes, and I've been to South Africa on holidays with volunteering to do something.
The same with Steve?
No, this is my first visit to Uganda.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm delighted to be here. People are very friendly, so I'm happy to be here.
Very good, very good. Very welcome. Our audience out there, you can see the team that I'm having here, and we are going to be discussing matters to do with beekeeping. That's why now, straight away, I'm asking David, tell us about your organization.
About Bees Abroad, yeah. It's a very, very small charity. It's tiny compared to some of the big ones, but it's very, very specialised on beekeeping and how we can utilise beekeeping to improve income and communities and create opportunities from beekeeping, and also what we can use beekeeping for to help protect and improve the environment. So those are our fundamental aims.
Okay.
We're all voluntary, and there's about 17 of us.
Okay.
And, basically we're all working in 7 countries in sub-Saharan Africa. I just happen to be attached to the
That's very
Uganda
good.
team.
Thank you very much. Which country again do you come from?
I come from England.
England, yes. Both of you, I'm sure. Okay. Do you have some branches of your organization in your country?
Do we have
The
some
Bees Abroad? Branches maybe,
not really,
or
because,
associations
the people from
linked
Bees
up to
Abroad
this.
are not just in England. We have some people in America, some people in Spain and so on. And it's just that where you find the beekeepers who've got specialist knowledge which may be relevant. It's not necessarily about beekeeping, it might be about business growth or food safety, whatever is needed. Then, or in Steve's contact, it's about managing money, finances and investments and things like this.
Yes.
And so we just bring the right people who can make a difference, and then we work through.
Okay. Let me check. I want to specifically categorize this organization. In England, you call it a charity.
Yes.
Is it a commercial, a non-commercial, private, government?
So
So explain a little more.
So it's non-commercial, and it's nothing to do with the government. It's private. It's all raised by donations, the money that we have. And David and I, for example, are both volunteers. We don't get paid for this.
Okay.
Our
you are
visit-
volunteers.
We are volunteers.
Okay.
Our visit here is paid by us
Okay.
individually, not by the organisation.
Okay.
They've made a small contribution, so we're not linked to the government.
Okay. Thank you very much. So you said how many countries in Africa do you work in?
Yeah. We're in Kenya, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Uganda, obviously, South Sudan, even, although we don't visit South Sudan, but they're there, and Ghana. I think we've got 6 or 7 projects in each of those countries currently running with our volunteers.
Thank you very much. How did you come to know about the Bulalo Foundation? Because I know it is your host organization in here, in the
Well, that's
sub-region.
simple. They've come to us. We have an online presence, beesabroad.org, and people can find us. And in there's 2 buttons on there. You can either say donate and put money in, or you can say, can you come and support us? And so by hitting the come and support us button, a group called Strong Leadership can apply. And so it's a simple process, and then that filters down through, and we get hundreds and hundreds of applications, and then we have to work out which of these have we got a chance of making a difference with. And so we then send out a local person, for instance, someone from Bullaloo, we're actually using now to go and visit some of these projects, and report back and say, you should take this seriously, and then we'll do a project with them, feasibility, and then give them 1 year's funding, a little foundation, to see whether or not there's potential and if it can work. And if it can work, then we pile resources in and we help them expand that opportunity, that group.
You have supported them for the last how many years?
Me personally, 3 years. But
3 years,
we've been going for 25 years.
Okay, that's very good. How many organizations are you supporting like this in this country, in Uganda?
In Uganda, I think, depends how you count them. There's 19 in Uganda. In total, that's ones that have been supported and finished. And then there are those which are live and active. There's about a dozen of those. And then there's Bullaloo, which in itself is supporting 19 communities. So there's 19 district groups that funnel in through Bullaloo. So by us working with Bullaloo, we get to all of these communities, and then we provide the training or fund the training, support, technology through them.
Let me go to Liverson. Liverson, you have these wonderful guests here.
Yes.
How are they helping you? What are you doing with them? Are you making use of the resources they put in, and if yes, how?
Yes, that's a very good question in this program of My Planet. And before I go direct to the question you have posed to me, I need to appreciate for this program.
Thank you.
Because when you talk of the nature and also beekeeping, we
Yeah,
are part of
sure.
controlling the nature. So that's why I'm appreciating you for this time. And when we go direct to the question you have posed to my side, we have been with Bees Abroad for a good time, and we are appreciating them. And once we are here in the TV again with David and Richard.
No,
Richard,
Steve.
no, Steve is the first time.
That's Steve. Okay.
And Richard is the chairperson board of
Okay.
the Bees Abroad. And we had an opportunity of hosting him here in Uganda.
Yeah.
And it was very nice. And with Bees Abroad, it is a very good organization which is helping our organization to grow. And we have benefited a lot from Bees Abroad. For instance, we started with them slowly, as how Mr. David have told you that we apply. After applying, we pass very many criteria, which we know, others we don't know. We just realized ourselves that we have achieved the relationship.
Thank you. The smile tells me that you are really benefiting.
Yeah.
Let me check. You are producing honey.
Yes, we are producing.
Roughly how much are you getting good market locally here, or you are working with David and Steve to get a market abroad? Or?
So locally here we are producing the 15 tons per year.
Oh, tons.
And yeah,
Wonderful.
we are talking in tons. And with Bees Abroad, we have seen in beekeeping you have a challenge. The supply is low, but the demand is very
high.
That is the challenge.
I think even locally here.
Even
the demand
locally
is
here.
high.
So we have worked, one of the benefits with the Bees Abroad, we have a 5 years work plan, and we are going to increase from 15 tons to 100 tons.
So you have a ready market there.
Yeah, we have already market.
That's very good.
And with the help of Bees Abroad, so far we are certified under the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. We have the CHU mark.
Okay.
So we are doing the training through the benefits we are obtaining from Peace Abroad, training the local people.
Thank you. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Here, when you're enjoying this show, the time seems to run very fast, and yet it is the normal rate of running. But David, let me find out again. What pushed you? What inspired you to start this organization?
Well, I didn't start Peace Abroad.
Whoever started, what do you think? Because you should be having the vision.
I was invited to a fundraising event in London at a very posh place, the Wax Chandler's Hall, where they make wax. And I heard a lady from Nigeria actually speak. Her name was Bisi.
Okay.
She just told a story about what she'd been doing and the impact that it had in Nigeria in this case. And you hear this story and you just think, how can I not use what little skills I might have just to see what I can do? It's such a powerful change in communities, income, and all of those things. You just get drawn straight in, and as soon as you then get invited and they say, you're an extension worker, you're a beekeeper, can't you come and do something here? You know about food safety, can't you? And you just get pulled straight in, and then before you know it, you're a volunteer with 3 visits under your belt, helping different communities and groups.
Okay, that's very good. Our viewer, our listener, thank you for being part of us, and here we keep entertained. Let's have just a very, very small break, even less than a minute, so that we can be back. Don't go away.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Africa is full of stories of culture, creativity, and connection. Now, Afromobile brings these authentic African stories to your screen wherever you are. From your phone to your TV, to your desktop or laptop, to your tablet, with the all-new Afromobile, enjoy these stories uninterrupted, streaming anytime, anywhere, and on any smart device. Locally locked in with live events, TV, radio, movies, exclusives, and on-demand shows and more. Afromobile is your getaway to the Pearl and the whole of Africa. Search and download Afromobile from your app store today and immerse yourself in the stories shaping us today. Afromobile, authentic African stories.
Bagenzi harohe kichweka ekinkumanya kikahunda ruhanga ubuyemera hansozi olengeresi amare
Fort TV. Ikara osemerirwe. Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Welcome back from that short break. Work without play makes Jack a dull boy, we used to say when we were in school. But it's good that you are back with us and we are happy. I'm still having our guests here. Baitu arukundora kanda nyakumpulirize nko kumanyire ntiakanize yenu tugekora mu ndimi ibiri egenderwa kiringu twetaga omuntu wena kumusiga hero abantu bekicweka kino ni bahuro toro rukonjo nyankore rukiga kirungi muna bakayikuru n'abagurusi n'abagezi baita abandi bataratungira mugisa kugenda mu by'Urungereza tukusemera kubasera kandi abana bamukuru hano abo mubiri gwa mlingo guno n'abandi abaliyo kwa heru Nigeria, Bungereza, China, India, Russia nabo twetaga tube nabo abokuba tuli harulengo rwensiyona nabo eki nyina abagenyi kuruga Bungereza babungire ekikaro kitongole Bulalo Foundation na omuhaba kuruga Bulalo Foundation Liverson mwine hanu no abungisize n'abagenzi babandi abakumanya Bulalo Foundation ntino mukuru kikora masereka jugujugu kitongole kinu nawe ari umukikaro kuno baitata kumurora unakole mirmendi abokuba they have what we call division of labor so tukwesa n'Urungereza nuko nabantu abense giyona basole kututunga abokuba ite ntukora harulengo rwensiyona ka 40 TV nabweke unkubaza Urungereza nikiba nikitukonyera okumanya ngo buli muntu wena atiasigara buli muntu wena yagenda late kandi hati abagenyi bano barugera Urungereza wene kitongole cyabo cyo kurinda enjoki Biz Abroad kandi na kitongole cya Bulalo Foundation bakora muri Marugugum na habweki banywani ndibasagikangana manyira abantu bano batusagika mu magezi n'ebintu bindi kandi bene n'ebindi bakutwegeraho batugambira bali mahanga maingi mu Afrika hano bari na Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa na handi na hano mu Uganda no mu Uganda hano bene amatagi maingi ke 19 gona mu biceke talibimwe bihanga cyo katukatunga mu gisano mbugo izoba tubaine mu kitongole cya Bulalo Foundation nibakiha obusagiki utalibwa mlingo gumu nicyo twizire no mhabakuru bano Liverson ni ndora harohek kwato kino ntugonza otugambireho banzo gambe mu rulimi mu rutoro mu rukonzo hatujya kutabara makangereza kataito jonka story taraya okay
webale muno ngende director atikaguzwa kuru yanga ampera eno omulime lwaitu orukonjo bakaolamu ekipuko okay omurutoro nje kuseruriza shanare barandi bagyata bato yorutoro ni kuturole kuturaba tugibazo murutoro
kandi mu Rungereza
is a smoker tukozesa kubantu ko twakura emizinga yetu asolo mu kibwetu tukozesa smoker
okay
kandi mbere mbagambire akutandikaho indi obuyambi obwa Biz Abroad kimwe kintu nchikora haburalo we are manufacturing this one from Bulalo
okay
we have the skills ukodi tuwino ukikora kandi tuyonga nsomesa abana kora kimwe kintu okay kwa kimwe kintu kirugira hero kirugira hano kintu cya Bulalo cyayitunga abatoro nabakonje cyukozesa
okay
kandi kikoro mbere ngo mingi nusukuba uchekere bitu nwenda kuchuma then nwenda okutabu ngamakara kuyongera ukongera mu mwika kozesa kurambo hana ga umwika kayongera ga kugenda umusigiri
omundu omuntu mukuteka makara n'umukara
hajya tusere binyasi tubeta hano
okay
then tutaho hano tutabinyasi biyomere kunta binyasi ebitayomere then kunta yomuru then kuna hasa aliyo ka space irundi omwanya kwa accommodating at oxygen
okay
as we already know that burning is being supported by oxygen au kajungu kataito
so hiyo story rehire chonka tatunga kisani mwine emzinga nkingaha numuiha njoki hanyuma yabwireke mu mwaka then hati ico kijya kutuletera kumanya ebintu musemera mu bena benga kimi cyonka nikisobora gukora umurimo gona tumukerero
tukira mu kugambo mulimi wino kuba wine buntu bubiri akwa nusukuba ukwazekana umuntu nikakora nikayonga
nikajwa
hate nukwata kandi nakuno kokora ki nukakozesa
okay
hache mzinga ngugambire tuine turucha 15
buli mwaka
hizo kilo rukubina kumurutoro bazita 5
okay so tani mwezo kilo 10
tani mwezo kilo 10 so turucha kilo 10 na rusanje teno
okay
hati hano abalimi tuine baingi tuine abalimi bakukera mu rusanjo na 12 okugwayo
hati atuliriza kandi akutoro bagamba abalimi ntubaza hati abalinzi b'enjoka
abalinzi b'enjoka kukyolero nango the beekeepers tine kandi abo abalimi rusanju n'abakugwamu bayombicweka bya hano rwenzori waitu bali ntoroko kabarole bunyangabo cyenjojo kamwenge hona bundu bujo hona sura za yoboki nicho cyatuletereza cyatuhamani okutunga tani zini 15 kandi tine emihira yo kongera kuija hatani 10 hati oboki bunu hito kunu katarkuburora mwine kikaru cyona mutawina hano fopoto mwine kikaru makatungire kikaru ndimo cya nimusolezo ku nuburabayo nimutundira yoku hito hano tukabutungire timaje kara njo kubutunga abo kuba butwatandikire tukatandika tule bataitu kandi tu oboki ni buyetagwa muno cyonga bitsa zeno tuine branch openingireho endire Kihondo kandi kora kurungi hati ubona burayanda kano account Kihondo buri burayanda smoke nango woki Kihondo burumu ine end branch ntendo kusumura hano Fort Portal abukuba tusavinga supermarket zo mu Kabarole bitu nibamanyambo woki wa supermarket tebakumanya mbo woki wangaha bwabo mu rusozi hati ntenda tu heyo eduka iyo woki official bakimanya obuno woki wa bulalo nibakabuza bulalo izokanga izoka kuli seri karangura so aba 40 ngo kubere kugambire tuine kizibu the demand is high so the supply
so obokweka kuno nusango bwake ha yes so kamaze kwemereza aho ndakugarukira friends David and Steve have been short waving in our local dialect for everyone to get to know what we are talking about. So I was asking him about that smoking machine, if I can call it that. Please return it here.
It's here.
It is fresh as well. It's a wonderful tool that's here. So I was asking him about how they got it. He tells us that they manufacture them here. They have the knowledge and skills, the technical know what to do in the house, so that's very good.
They came to us 3 years ago. They asked for money to buy these.
Okay.
They wanted money to buy their bee suits, the tools, the smokers, pay for the hives, buy hives, which is whoa.
It's good for sustainability, really, to have to
we'll give you the training. We'll bring artisans in. We'll show you how to do it. And now, rather than asking them for money, they're selling it and making a profit.
Yes, it will have a multiply effect, I'm sure. Yeah, so difference. I was asking him about this, and he says, gives very good information about it and how it works. I cut him short because it's a long story. He tells us about the farmer beekeepers that they are dealing with, quite a number of groups, many of them. And I was inquiring about, for us here in the city, we are not getting the honey. I was inquiring if they have a station, a place here. They say the demand is high, and as they keep producing, they will definitely open some space here to reach out to us. And they are happy with the project. The Ulalo Foundation is doing a good job. So, and he thanks you for that opening, for that market. And actually it is a positive pressure on them to produce more because they have all it takes to produce more. So David, I wanted also to come back to you and try to check. How do you benefit from supporting this program, this project? When you bring it to Uganda, you take it to those countries, you spend your money. How do you benefit? Do you I really don't know. I just don't want to put words in.
Well, we don't get any money for doing it. They don't benefit that way. But just to use, we've got some skills, and it's so rewarding to see those skills just handed, not directly, but through agents that you know, and you just see these ideas, things you've learned or known or whatever, just get picked up and used and spread. And it's like giving a present is often better than receiving. And you get that reward in yourself that you think, okay, I've done something, I've used something I've learned, and others have benefited from it, and that's more than enough.
Oh, that's very good. That's a very good spirit. It's like a religious kind of attitude. It's very positive and supportive to our people. When you look at Uganda, where the projects are running, including Ulalo Foundation, and you compare with other countries in Africa, how are we doing in this country as far as your support is concerned?
Well, you're catching up. We've been more established in some other countries. For instance, I mentioned Nigeria, where the teams are really, really strong. And in Kenya, where there are other teams that have had big government funding put into them, which we've helped manage, and so on. And so we're playing a little bit of catch-up, and so the number of projects are smaller, if you like, but they're moving very, very quickly.
Okay.
In Uganda. So I like Uganda. It's a nice country to work in.
Thank you. Steve, I've left you quite for a while. Yes. What do you want to comment, even something that I have not asked you, where you feel you need to say something in regard to what we have already said? So, some more comments on what?
Well, I think one of the, you asked about the benefits for us.
Yeah.
And one of the things we brought with us this time is a jarring machine to put the honey in. And before, Levinson's team were doing it manually with syringes, filling up the honey jars. It takes a long time. This machine takes a couple of seconds, and it's a hand operated
to drill a lot of it.
Yeah, you just pull a lever. It measures the exact amount of honey that goes in the jar, and the look of delight on the operator's face when he saw he could do that so much easier than he could before. It's fantastic.
Okay. So you care about the quality, the quantity. Yes, of course, it is much honey, but quality, the standards are very important here. Did you say you have NBS recommendation?
Yes.
You qualify that because the country could question you about.
We are certified.
Certified.
100%.
That's very good. Yeah, that's very good. Arukuturoka na nyakutulirize ntubazaho enjoki noboki. Enjoki noboki. Hati itwe kakuba tukugambire itwe nyowe na Liverson mugaso enjoki noboki. Osobola gamba tukubaliza buli kiro. Betati katuhurire bano nabo ne batugambira David and Stephen tell us, because here we keep telling our people it is important to have honey and so on. But from your point of view, from your experience at the global level, how important is it that we should have honey? Is honey so important to have? Why can't we do other projects?
Well, it is very important, but perhaps more important here in Uganda than in some countries like the UK, because here it's considered perhaps a medicine, something that helps you in your life. Less so in the UK, but still very important. And of course the honey is the product of the bees, and the bees are pollinating all the different flowers and trees, and so the environment would suffer if we didn't have honey.
Okay, that's very good. Liverson, gambira abantu bawaitu karangura na handi hona omugaso gwo kulinda enjoki n'obwoki. Habwokuba abantu tuwa projects bagamba ati ubundi nyo n'omusera musente zanyu n'umukoraki emigaso egi nija kubakonyera kwekamba kufayo n'abandi abatakayizira muntekaniza korera bejamu babalize mu lulimi lwakuli omuka
wasinja mushakulu erisamba kaisa kano erayasengula omubiyira ekibulyo kirekete abo kitulindi esyanzuki kandi obuki bukatuyambaki esyanzuki nikyuma ku kindu ekikingiranya esyo sente abokuba sikiryanza butuku bunene kandi sikiryanza mibiri minene ukana kuti abahabu byayinge ninga birisya abahabu byayinge ninga bitoro kuhosi situlese tambera situlese byali isu sikayarwa nawo oyino mwasumu acyakabere wamahandi kakanywa hane na kanywa mane hanobu relationship kutsa hari obuhu money and honey. Empire is just a letter ya H and a letter ya ma. Money and honey. So empire and uchika message tembiri ne make echakabere Mr. Stephen Okwana Machibuga ki nimubatsi medicine. So singaleka na ya abantu abosibo syabo yishiye yu bakaba makusemezia waitu mukuru kuba bakutwara mu theater bakusara. Bagamo gumeno konsobo kimuntu. bakamba ubikoresha ubuki bakamba ugomeno kosama kita ko kuchumbisa mayindi nango bezi bakamba ubikoresha ubuki so ubuki ndimo batse kandi ebihembo byatube no ukabiteka omukatwe kakaki ngirumu yuka kisa amwekeyu enje yokubyamama ikisike cyokubyamama so ugenda mu mizingi 10
okay
mukanda mwe ebihembo 10 so obule cyembo mu amarwa kilo 10 redezo kilo 10 uzitungirira kilo 10 buri kilo habularo bera grade A tugikora mutwaro gumu na sente sikugwamo so cyokomesa buri season ngo winenge mutwaro 10 utinge mutwaro milioni ngumu.
Okay.
So, nimyasume nene rendesha nzuchi.
Okay. Wewe le mundo.
Okay. I think in UK you hire for pollination.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But for us we are doing it freely.
That's very good. You are kuturura kandi atulirize mbe nikaguza Liverson hamigaso yokulinda enjoki hamigaso yobuki. Yatugambire mugaso nyingi mutarora abantu mbalize kubachuleza bo batukonyere naki baitu itu hati obarkwija kutukwatera aho nsemera omanye tino rufumo murutoro ngo bororo mulizo lirira kim korozero mukonyeze no ekamba so ntugonza kuyekambisa abakubaroho ngekitongole nkabulalo foundation ni bakoro mulimo guno mubeyune mubekwate nenyo mwege kulinda enjoki manye kwikana ntugura ubuki ntugura kirungi kugura baitu kandi oburukuba no linde enjoki yo wenyine abanya kwine bikaro bena bisaka benoki omaiso kuntujja kwongera kwetegereza kuruga ma Liverson ne kwetagisa omwanya gukwinga nake already atugambire baitu bike bindi kwetagisibwa omuntu korora yatunga omugisa go kulinda enjoki kandi ntujja kurwa mu community yitu ene ya Toru ndi Rwenzori omulingo tusobora neitwe kugoba muntekanize no excuse me Kuraba mu Bulalo Foundation. Let me put to David something I was thinking about the multiply effect. How are you helping that the communities really are you getting testimonies about what you are doing, what you are supporting, where you have gone, so that it keeps you going? Because if you are not inspired and motivated, you may say, yeah, we are supporting, but what is coming out?
Yeah? Absolutely. And if anyone is interested to look on our website at peaceabroad.org, then you can see all of the projects in detail, per country, what we've done, how much we've spent, how that money is being spent, and what the actual benefits are to the communities that we supported. So every one of the projects is listed with photographs and details about what's happened, what they benefited from. And there are some extraordinary stories of handicapped groups, for instance, or blind beekeepers in some situations, lots of women groups that have formed table banking type organizations, and you could just, all these benefits are listed there. So particularly for our donors, when they come along and say, why should we give money to this organization? You can say, well, there's 510 good reasons, as it were, from each of the groups we have supported and currently supporting at the moment. And all of the testimonies there, the photographs, the case studies, it's all there to be looked at. And this is what's so important for our funders, because they want to make sure their money is not just being put into an organisation
value for money, of
and
course,
spent on administration and hotels and flights with volunteers. And nearly 3/4 of the money we raised goes straight to the projects. Our tiny administrative overhead, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Thank you very much. Steve, I don't know how complicated is it or how simple is it getting honey from here, from Bulalo Foundation to your country, the marketing system. David or Stephen, any of you can share with us, because sometimes it is complicated, shipping, charges, costs, inspection, storage at the other side, maybe repackaging, I don't know, and putting it out to the market.
It is the big challenge.
And how do you go about it?
We've set the 100-ton challenge here for Bulalo. How do we get you to the 100 tons? And that is the point at which you cannot supply within country. You have to break the borders. You have to export. And so one of the things they've engaged is the services of agents who do that exporting. Okay, we were talking to one yesterday, 3 of them came to see us yesterday. One of them talks about he goes across into the DRC, through the north. And another one is moving in towards Tanzania. Okay, and we know that there's opportunities there. At the moment, we've got a huge market in Uganda, but as we grow above the 100 ton, then we're going to have to start thinking about how do we get it literally off continent. But at the moment, we get to 100 tons, I'll be pretty happy anyway. If we've broken the barriers and got into Kenya and shown them how to produce honey, they won't like that very much because they think they can do it better than us. But you know, we've got to use the services of experts rather than invent the wheel. Agents who are doing this with other products is the way you get through. But to get there, Leveson and the team have got to provide an absolute confidence in the quality assurance documented, approved by government, but not just UNBS standards. You're then working to an international standard. So you've actually got to exceed all expectations, be better than the best, and then the market will pull you and you'll go.
That's very good. It is interesting, when you get it to UK, do you eventually also export to other countries the same? Or just consumed within?
Well, a lot of the honey that arrives in the UK, most of it comes from China or through, and so we have a huge issue of adulterated honey. It's sugar syrup arriving, and it's sold for tiny amounts of money as liquid honey in jars, and it's just sugar syrup. We've got a big problem there in the UK. But there are 1 or 2 people operating out of Africa who bring genuine African honey into the UK. There's one big bee farmer that we know, named Wainwright, who has an established link through Tanzania, and he brings it in and packages it, and it's sold as Tanzanian honey. What we want to do is the same, so that we can see Ugandan honey on the shelves in Marks and Spencer's.
That's wonderful.
Right? And okay, we can't physically do it because we're just voluntary, but we can start building the links. But we have to be able to show the guys who can do it. They can be confident that this is the genuine article.
Okay, that's very good. Actually, you have attracted me to again check and see, do you, from the source, from Bulalo Foundation, do you prepay or do you pay after you have sold the other side to pay these people where the honey has come from, your payment modalities? Maybe I leave this to Leveson to say? Yeah, I would think so. Iyo kiba kita bana bantu babanza basasura kara batakatwiro bwoke rundo batwara batunda bamara babasasura kirikita
nango batusasura kara batusasura kara harundo wili tutakabaire our product babazo kutoa center account so tuina mungisa obazireta tuyongera tugura mu bundo bwoke
kurura katale kanyu kaikaraho
so batusasura and we don't regret.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah. I was really getting interested into it because sometimes you can take without paying and say maybe we had issues the other side, so we can't pay you. The honey was found not to be good, so it's kind of you to be paying in advance. You know, it's a good idea. It's motivating them to produce more, and I think it's very interesting. Leveson, what else did you want to say that I have not yet asked you? That is interesting for your people to know and for these guests here to know. Say it in this international language now.
So, what you have not yet probably handled, see, are we basically here just in Western Uganda?
Exactly. You could be confined here, or you are also going abroad.
What is our vision?
Yes.
As far as the production or mobilizing beekeepers is concerned, and answering that, we are not just here in the Western Uganda in the projects area like Bunyangabo, Kabarole, Kasese, the greater Western Uganda, but we are going beyond in Barara. We are beyond now in Ilira. Tomorrow we shall be in Ilira meeting another group, and we see whether we can have a collaboration with them. And I've never been there, and they have honey, but it's only that to create the relationship with them. And we signed the MOU. And since for us, if you go to Bulalo, there is a change. We have an improved facility. recommended by the UNBS. So we can get honey from here. We bring it here in the Bularo. We do the labeling and the packaging. So as the same as we are thinking of going Gulu. So we are no longer thinking of this with the Western Uganda only. We are thinking of now Uganda.
Okay.
Then another thing probably you have not yet, we need to tell our clients that quality and hygiene is the priority at our facility.
Emphasize
Of
that,
Yonzo,
please.
of
It's very
Yonzo.
important. Yeah.
Of Yonzo, the quality and the hygiene. Because we start with the beekeeper first, improving the quality and the hygiene, using the airtight bucket and the white in color. So you can be able to identify that this color is no longer white, it's coming to purplish. So
Meaning that it's no longer clean.
It's no longer clean. So quality and the hygiene is key. Then another thing, we have the marketing team. We have a structure at Bularo where we have the board, the marketing team, the training department, the monitoring and evaluation, the sales department. So we are working as a team, and we are purposely achieving the one target, the quality of honey and the marketing, so that we get money. We are aiming on money.
Okay.
So in summary, I think that's what we have not yet handled.
It's okay.
But I encourage the beekeepers. Rundi no muntu atakukora mzinga. Sente ze mzinga za busa mister. Just nukukora, nukutayo, training bees abroad ero, kukutraining. Alino mwiro kurungi, bees abroad ni kuha ezo kutandikira. Ni kwa mzinga, ni kwa kijwaro, ni kwa smoke gito ijanayo, ati ogwa kugenda kuta mzinga mkisaka. Zikatahiramu. And ekindi chotakabalizeho, abantu batina njoki, people they fear bees. But it is true, njoki zaitu ziri a bit aggressive, but there is a challenge. Kubaba kuha milioni 5 saa zinu. Wakatao project TV, abu kugura pikipiki, buying a motorcycle, ya boda boda nukugugume novuga, nukugura mzinga. Aba used to buying, niba gamba itu katugule pikipiki.
Yeah.
So nibasige mzinga. Bitu abantu nibatina njoki yesi ninyikiriza, bitu kubatu agenda buhinga. Abarwaire abahabitabu, abukuba baendekere na pikipiki bahinga. So abarwaire abahabitabu, abukuba njoki zibatire bahinga. So that will do the costing.
Compare and contrast.
Okay. So I want to know about university. I'm encouraging them. For us, our business, it's not like riding motorcycles. I do ride the motorcycle. I've ridden for 15 years, but I know the challenges.
Okay.
And even at the same time, I'm keeping bees, and I know the simple challenges, but there is money. So I'll
cut it short a little bit. I know it's a very good story to tell. So meaning that you may need to engage us so much as Fort TV. Because today may not be enough. So our listener, our viewer, we are talking about beekeeping, basically the most important topic tonight. But also Bularo Foundation has got other components, other departments. Taking the opportunity in a minute or two to say briefly about other departments that you have besides beekeeping, because it is important. It's a marketing tool here for us to know. Yeah.
We value muno kuba wahika habularo tukora ebya beekeeping byonga. Hali abayuthi abarugire runde eminyeto yirugiro mu isomero tubegesa.
Maybe talk in English for the benefit of the rest of the world.
Okay,
so that you know
we are not targeting only beekeeping. We have other economic activities we are training in, like hairdressing, smoker making, as you have seen. We have abana bakusona. So we are also training them.
You are training in tailoring.
Okay, tailoring. The tailoring, I think, is a military one.
Oh, no, not necessarily.
I knew it, but I feared it. So it's you have said it.
Yes, I have.
So
I own it.
The beekeeping, we have in the beekeeping again, we have another opportunity. We are not dealing in hand only. We have also the beeswax. We have the propolis. We have the hive making.
As a byproduct, so products
you
from
may
honey.
not be,
Okay.
you may not need to be a beekeeper, but you be a producer of certain item helping in the beekeeping.
Okay.
So we have very many activities, and we have the community engagement. If we have, we call them a baraza, calling the community, and we talk with them, and we understand their needs. If somebody is desiring of doing hairdressing, so we lead that person in hairdressing. Then another thing we have at the world, we have the mindset change. You see, people, you may find somebody have already lost hope, is hopeless in short, but we try to bring back the minds to his normal senses, and he say, hey, I can also do it. So that is also a product we are doing it. And another thing we are doing is a product called communication. You see, communication is very big. You may be having a product, but you don't know how to advertise it. So we also give you a module, how can you advertise, or how can you market your product. It may not be beekeeping issues, but it may be cassava, it may be timbers, it may be anything. So another thing what we are doing in Karangura, we are discouraging people from destroying the environment along the River Mpanga.
I was about to ask that because I was wondering. Because sure.
Because when we get the ladies and the younger boys and girls doing issues tampering with the river banks, so we call them.
Okay.
We ask them, what is the problem that we need money? So we have a shortcut of getting money, like in beekeeping. But after training them, after showing them the effect of destroying the river banks, and we let them understand themselves, self-discovery, that, oh, when we keep on destroying this river bank, we are destroying our future, as you have said. We can be there without, that nature is there for us, but
Exactly.
we the enemies. So we try that component of reducing the level of damages, and we bring them at Ruralo, we give them more packages.
Thank you very much, Liverson, because we can talk until sun sets. So thank you for that idea, because I wanted our people out there to understand exactly. Besides beekeeping, what else you do? The other question I wanted to ask you, Liverson, you're not becoming my point of focus necessarily, but it is important. Yes. Are there some other beekeeping organizations that you are working with in the country or in the sub-region here, or you are the only organization that is doing it?
Yes, it's a very good question. When you're in business, in beekeeping, we don't have enemies in business, but we have friends. So
and the competitors sometimes.
For us, we don't have competitors.
Oh, that's good then. You have partnership.
We have only friendship.
Okay.
Because like now we have Bunyangao Beekeepers Cooperative.
BBC.
If we don't have honey and we have an order, we try to ask Bunyangao, do you have 5 tons? They said yes, we give. They will receive. If also Bunyangao they don't have, they ask Bulalo, can you help us in this? And we do. For instance, we have visitors and they need some training, and probably an extension officer for Bulalo is not present. So we can easily get a resource from Bunyangao Beekeepers Cooperative. And we have Ndoroko Beekeepers group also, we are getting resources from there. Okay. So we have even another one, it's here in Mugusu. However, I have not yet visited them, but I feel very happy when I bypass and see honey available here.
That's very good. Yeah, I really wanted to check if you are working alone, if you don't want other people
we don't work in isolation.
To relate with you. You know, in Africa sometimes there is that attitude of monopoly. And I think when it is, I'm doing this, nobody else should be seen to be doing it. If they are doing it, they shouldn't be brought near. You know, that bit of unhealthy competition, which is not a good thing. So we are speaking English, like I've already said, that we want everybody to benefit globally, and our guests also to follow what we are talking about, because we don't want to live in our own world when they are here with us. So we are really checking to see what else they do besides beekeeping, and I was interested in getting to know if they are working with other people, which is a very good thing, and I want to encourage you to keep it up. When you talk about training mindset, change, and the rest of that, and nature, I'm happy because I'm a social community trainer in social life skills. I also give support to just a Joint Efforts Save Environment. There's that NGO here in the country. Call it social life skills training to young people who have dropped out of school, or those who are not having much help from parents or orphans and the rest of that. So we talk about effective communication, we talk about decision making, we talk about healthy living, even reproductive health. We talk about interpersonal relationship and things like that, because they are important, and we even bring them to the level of entrepreneurship and vocational training and the rest. So at some point when you check and find that I can be a resource to your organization, I'll not complain. So our viewer and our listener, let us have, again, a very short break, and when we come back, we can say the rest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Africa is full of stories. Stories of culture, creativity, and connection. Now, Afromobile brings these authentic African stories to your screen wherever you are. From your phone to your TV, to your desktop or laptop, to your tablet, with the all-new Afromobile, enjoy these stories uninterrupted, streaming anytime, anywhere, and on any smart device. Locally locked in with live events, TV, radio, movies, exclusives, and on-demand shows and more. Afromobile is your getaway to the Pearl and the whole of Africa. Search and download Afromobile from your app store today and immerse yourself in the stories shaping us today. Afromobile, authentic African stories.
bagenzi harohe kicweka ikinkumanya kikahumba ruhanga ubu yemera hansozi olengeresi amore.
Fort TV ikara osemerirwe. Fort TV, stay entertained.
Africa is full of stories. Stories of culture, creativity, and connection. Now, Afromobile brings these authentic African stories to your screen wherever you are. From your phone to your TV, to your desktop or laptop, to your tablet, with the all-new Afromobile, enjoy these stories uninterrupted, streaming anytime, anywhere, and on any smart device. Locally locked in with live events, TV, radio, movies, exclusives and on-demand shows and more. Afromobile is your getaway to the Pearl and the whole of Africa. Search and download Afromobile from your app store today and immerse yourself in the stories shaping us today. Afromobile, authentic African stories.
bagenzi harohe ikicweka ikinkumanya kikahumba ruhanga ubuyemera hansozi olengeresi amore.
Welcome back to the show, My Planet with the Superhost Hamilton. I'm still having my guests here, colleagues and volunteers from Bees Abroad with the local host organization represented by Liverson. We are talking about one name each of the persons here because the other names, they are very interesting. So I don't want to distort them. And it is easier to run. Let me come back to the team, Steve and David. Nature related. This project, beekeeping, is like it's nature related, environment related. Back to your country, how is it? Do you care much about environment protection?
Oh, yes, there's
because there are issues of climate change now. Yeah. And your country, I've not seen it on the list being one of the environment polluters. At least UK is not listed there yet. But you have industries that are also polluting the environment. Yeah. But I don't want to go into pollution. But how do you care about environment in UK? And especially in relation to beekeeping now. Steve, perhaps.
Well, first of all, the government has a target of getting to net zero. Whether it's possible to achieve, we don't know. For example, they have electric cars only being available, no petrol cars after 2030. With relation to beekeeping, there's been strict control over insecticides. So some have been banned in the UK, not worldwide, but in the UK, because they have a huge effect on the bees, not only affecting the bees, but if they're still alive, the honey as well. I don't know, David, what else can you add to that?
One of the things that beekeepers do, we're under criticism saying that our bees are wiping out other pollinators, but it's a myth, because our bees come up very early when other pollinators aren't there. We're planting, well, in our training apiary, a bit like the training apiaries we set up here, we've got an acre of wildflowers we've planted for our bees. So we're constantly encouraging forage, pollination services. So we see it as complementary and as rather than as destructive. And so in the UK, it's a very good thing. And without the bees, we're not going to have any crops. It's as simple as that.
Okay, that's very good, because it's very important. When we don't care about environment, then harsh climate change comes in. Beekeeping will be a forgotten story. And so that's why you have this show. Actually, I asked the management here to give me this freedom of running this show, focusing on nature. And I can openly now, through Ulalo Foundation and directly through you, find me friends and supporters there to keep this show running. Because for the local community, they may not see so much when I talk about nature conservation, climate change, and so on. But when we keep talking to them about it, they really get the sense of it. Because I tell them that, like I've already said, there's no planet B after this one. You can't run to Mars, you can't run to Venus, to Jupiter, you can't have life there. And I always tell them, going there, even those who go there, astronauts and the rest, they go, they pack their oxygen, and which is expensive to get here. We get it free, and even try to distort and destroy the sources, which is very dangerous. So we need to keep talking to the population about this. Back to Liverson, what does it require for one to be a good beekeeper without destroying the environment?
Kirungi. Eki ni kubazo mkonjo na rutoro.
Yeah, he's speaking in local language so that the people can benefit.
So itwe ngomuntu korangu mazima kujukuba mu njoki wanu tukwenda wengonzi. Engonzi enjoki.
To love the bees.
To love the bees.
Okay.
Kandi bakagenda bakongera bakasoma Bible. Na mbere mukama yabagambire mugendo umunsi mulinde ibintu birumu. So ntunihira nenjoki zikazurumu. Abukuba twino musango turagenda mu iguru. Uragamba enjoki zigeje zikakunyegera mu mukama ono kwa musindiko umunsi agenda turinga. Cyonga takakoraga no muzinga. So tungumanya uragaruka moto. So nimbasaba engonzi enjoki kandi kuzitegereza omulimu ozikora mulimu gw'amani habyokuya byaitu. So eke engonzi nike kintu cyo kubanza. Ekya kabiri wino kuba wina akataka rundi taka rundi small land like 10 by 10 foot ni so kutamu emzinga ekukira mu na 50. So long as tukwegeseze twakola ko bukugu unosoge okusokombeka bidara ogwende muzinga kaba hanze ende ikayongera nende ikayongera abukuba winitaka litaito so wino kuba winitaka abukuba ntuyikiriza tuti mulimu gona gukora wino kuba gulenga haitaka nicho umuzinoma kawatora kaze nambwe eitaka
kintu kikuru ya umugenzi cyane akapakigamba
umugenzi so itaka kintu kikuru echa kabiri wino kuba numanya kuhinduka so nusoku bano gonzo kubyara emiti ege emiti tugamba omuntu abyara emiti esoku benefitingaho emirundi omurundi 3 wanu tungareginga the Calianthra omuntu gwe abatoro bange nabakonje nibagumanya nibagamba ege Calianthra bite njoki nizigendayo nizihayo ebyokuri nawe ege Calianthra nosoku haki enteza urundi embuzi tungareginga abantu kulema emiyembe emiti yone esoku ya mwemba so eki nikibani kiyamba omuntu alinditaka kandi ayongera ihe
ya mugaso
so ntenda tugamba nekindi wino kuba numanya zino enjoki nazizendo bwemezi wino kuba uli haihi na exam rundi nazino kutunga amaizi
so support
so kuba amaizi agenda kuba mayonjo so nicho tugambira abali abakusisa amaizi ga mpanga tubayihayo mpora
okay
so basically then obutale buroho ekitiso gambe ya katale hamu tutine ndwaire enjoki zetu zirwara so basically they need so kugamba omuntu willingness love niyegi yonke so kubaza
kwebale muno so colleagues we have been sort of waving here for the local communities because many people have excuses. How do I keep bees? The harsh, I have no big land, I have no what. So Liverson was explaining that even a small space like this room, you can have even about 50 beehives here and keep, and you have a lot of money from there. There's medicine, there's money, there's good health out of honey and the rest. So for how to tame or keep the bees, them without stinging you or harassing you around, they are skillful, they can give the knowledge and skills how to do it. So that's why I was inviting him to make sure that he engages this medium here and others like radios out there. You know, when I come here, I don't have to talk so much about radios. But so yeah, it is important to keep in the know. Yeah.
Enjoki zetu hami za Uganda. Tinarabusa. Urujuku tarujogere tuine na utabu. Habukuba tuine byoma byobuhunga. Utazitalebanize. Ando na bezi kuruma zikaitomuntu. So kuba utagenzera mu muzinga gwanzo. Ukaenda okuzikwatamu izina no muntu tabu
hati nubwe kubambwa yawe giyonka kubagira bateka saliro nekuruma so we are sort of waving about bees are not enemies. If you have not harassed them or mishandled them, they are friendly. They can even, you can live with them. Yeah. You are an enemy. Yeah. So, even your own dog, if you step on it and it feels the pinch, it can bite you. It is yours. So it is easy to keep the bees if you get the know-how.
Yes.
Steve, I want to check. So you support Bulalo Foundation?
Yes.
With some basics in terms of some little monies here and there. Sorry to call it little, because something valuable sometimes we don't say so much about
It's not
it.
enough.
How do you do it? How do you support them financially? How do you channel? You know, financial handling sometimes is tricky. Say something about that.
Well, what we've been doing is we've been working on this business plan
Okay.
to increase the number of tons of honey that we produce and sell from 20 tons to 100 tons. And obviously that requires a lot of resources. So we've prepared a plan that we can show to people to try and raise money either from donations, from loans, from investors, which has all the required detailed information that people look for. So you've probably heard the term due diligence, where people look for a lot of information before they provide the money, because they want to be sure that it's going to be used for what you've told them it's going to be used for, and that there's a good chance that it's going to be successful.
Okay.
So I've been helping Levinson and his team prepare that plan, and once the plan is in place, we want to measure how well we're doing against the plan. So yesterday I met with his finance team, and we made sure that our financial system is set up so we can see where the differences or the changes are going to come from in the future, so we can correct it if we need to.
That's very good. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, of course, if you don't, then along the way you can have audit queries and so on, which is not good. And once that happens, then that conduit is closed, which is not good. So in the remaining time, colleagues, if there is something very important that I have not asked you about, and you feel in this show you need really to say it, David.
I think the one thing that we haven't mentioned, or perhaps Levinson did mention, is that part of this due diligence package, this long word, is the confidence in the supply chain. Track and trace. Where has this honey come from? And what they're doing at Bulalo is using advanced technology, data recording, data capture, to capture what's happening in the field, recording it digitally, linking it with AI to create reports about where the honey's coming from, how much it's going to be there, what's the weakness. And so that feeds into the sales team. So it's just trying to introduce them to some of this advanced technology, which is actually available to organisations free.
Okay.
If you know where to go for this stuff, it's available. And so it's getting these guys to understand, oh, I can do that. And then we have a full due diligence chain on the money, but also on the product, and that will take them to export.
Okay, thank you very much. Steve, something else you want to say?
Well, I think it's going back to David, because David made a speech to a place called Apimondia. And
Oh, really? I did not ask you about that. You need to speak about it a little more.
Oh, yeah, I will do. Apimondia is the world beekeeping show. 7,000 beekeepers and government officials from all over the world came to Copenhagen for a meeting, and I agreed to talk about Bulalo. I thought I was going into a little seminar of a few hundred people, and then they split this 4 stadium-sized thing in half, and I had 4,000 beekeepers from across the world to talk to about the Bulalo Foundation, to get the message across about what we're trying to do here and its impact. And from that, we've had contacts. People want to know more. They want to understand how the finance is going to work and all this. And so we've got a network of people globally interested in Bulalo. I was a bit taken back by that.
Okay. Levinson, I can psychologically see there's something you're itching to talk about. Say it in the next 2 minutes.
Mentioned here, I think David have talked of the data. We have the data from A up to Z. Then another thing, we have the machines. And recently we received the Christmas package, the packaging machine. So we are no longer using a lot of manual issues. If we are processing or separating the combs from the juice, we have the machine, and this is with the help of Bees Abroad.
Okay.
And now everything we are doing is for the quality control and the hygiene. So we have the equipments that are already there, and the records. We are keeping the records at our level. Then another thing which is the key, the relationship between we and the local government. And we have a strong relationship with the Vularo Foundation and the local government. And we always do referrals. For instance, I go in the field and I find something which I don't understand very well. We have a RebTaba institution for research. We always give information that there is this and this thing in the field. How can we work about it? And we have the community development officers, because this Vularo is one of the bricks or one of the key points of developing the community. So we always give feedback to the local government, like the community development officers, on what activities are we doing. And on issues of services, technical services, we have extension workers under the local government. When we conduct trainings, we always call the local extension worker, the government extension workers to give us support. And the politicians, they are aware of what we are doing. Because we have a saying, when you lead a community which is poor, you're also poor. And when you lead a community which is a bit rich, you're also very rich. You don't get a lot of challenges that you are buying salt for vote. So that's why we have the relationship, because the political wing and the technical wing.
You are relating well.
We are doing well with them.
That's very good.
That's why I appreciate the local government and the political wing, because they have offered us the environment. For instance, the politicians, they said, we don't want you here. Or probably they give you false information that you are dealing in something which is not, which is pro-government. Of course, you'll have to go. So we have that collaboration. And if the technical people also, the doubting of the package you are giving the farmers, they give feedback which is negative.
Liverson, I might thank you, but also cut you short. It's a very interesting story. You can see, Steve and David, you can see how much the guy has for the organization. So probably in the future, I may have to ask you to support this institution also, such as this time. So, but in the remaining time, colleagues, allow me just a minute to again talk to my viewers out there. Iwe kundora kanda nyakumpulirize nchali Superhost Hamilton muntekaniza my planet ntubaza bintu byo kulinda enjoki ningoza kwesa omugisa guno kubekambisa ngu ebyo kukora byo biroho niture mirimo nitura sente nituraki ebyo kukora biroho ntetaga tukingule ebitekerezo byaitu tujwakire kwega ningoza kubasaba tukozese omugisa guno gukoragana na Vularo Foundation kuraba mu bakuru bana abakuba nitubahika tubeine ntubamanya nanyo ni ntangatangana nabo ninja kutunga amasemo gabo abandi rede ngaine muhatire mubaze nabo murole musora kutaha mutam system nkege bintu bino mukamanya kole bintu bino nenja ba Vularo Foundation mutalindaga banu banywana baitu kuija kwazagika nko mwijana teka tukoragane na Fort TV tunga ibyo kozese bitaito tutukubacho bune bwenkuba usanta bacho kataito. So I was waving to my listeners out there that we shouldn't keep crying that there's no money, there's no job, there's no work. There's plenty, but how to know where it is and how to approach it. They are a banker for knowledge and skills, Vularo Foundation. And I'm a conduit, I can be a channel, I can guide them to the institution. And Fort TV is key in doing that coordination. So I was challenging him that they needed to work out a mechanism where they can get some small funding to be bringing in here so that we can run. You know, we are spending a lot in this organization here. You know that. You are my guest. I don't need maybe to tell you that, but it is important for you to know. So it is rare for us because our chief executive officer here loves nature, loves people, loves these organizations. He's the one actually who called me the other day to say, oh, you have guests. I request that you host them in your show and so on. I didn't ask him about the fees and so on, but I guess. We are trying to wind up. Our time is rushing out. I will give each one of us 2 minutes, just in case I've really not asked you something that you are not commonly here, not always here, and once you say it here, it goes all over the world. It is important. Use 2 minutes, Steve, to say something that we may have not said, or to emphasize on something that you think is important, especially in line with this project, and other things that you need Ugandans to know and the entire world to know.
So one of the things that I learned that I didn't know was that bees in Africa are more defensive than bees in the UK. And so the bees in the UK are also more prone to disease. So we have diseases in the UK, Varroa, for example, which is a tiny little mite that attacks the bees. And as a result, the bees are not so strong as they are in Africa. And I was talking to the owner of the hotel yesterday, who we met, and he was explaining to me what a difference it was keeping bees here and keeping bees in Holland, where he was from, and the things that he's learned. So that's the thing that I learned on my trip.
Very good. Okay. David?
It's just a plug for Bees Abroad, really. We're here. There's 17 volunteers in an organisation helping across Africa, and if you want to know about what we're doing and how we can help, that might be relevant. Contact us on the website, beesabroad.org.
Okay.
Click the button and say, have I got a project for you? And we'll have a look.
Okay. So is it okay for Liverson and team to share your website?
Yes, very much so. Yes,
okay.
yes.
I've got it open here.
Okay. You can read for our viewer, for our listener to pick. And when you say it here, somebody picks it. The machine picks it. Okay. So Liverson, give them the website.
I have the email.
Oh, okay. Then we shall link up. If it's the email, we shall link up on that. Okay. So I give you 2.5 minutes to make a summary of whatever I want to say, because we shall soon close the show.
Yeah, by the nature of my profession, we talk a lot.
I know, and that's why I come in to curtail you. You're already talking.
But what I want to say at the last, the salary earners, the salary have never been enough. Let's look for easy money to supplement on our salary, like beekeeping. That is one. Two, for the youth who want to start the beekeeping business, we are there to give the support. And we are there to lead them where there is opportunities, like Bees Abroad and the BPC. We are there for them because we believe in developing together. We don't believe in developing alone, but we develop together and we make a good nation.
Okay.
Lastly, I thank the team from Bees Abroad for being with us at Buraro for something like good time, and we have achieved too much. And when you go back to home country, you deliver our thanks to David and the team, that is Bees Abroad board, that really we are doing a lot. And we promise to achieve our work plan, the 100 tons. We shall. So I thank, in summary, that's what I can say.
Barake murukonzo.
Murukonzo aba namo kuchetwa nama undarenga no wendre aba katunga musara sali unza. Tutolere twatunga akantu akeyongera okumusara wetu nekune tutwana byahonga abantu etwana byatuka kola ebitutolere. Namasa wende okubandu abakatsuka tuneho habere yambangano amauta, you know amauta.
Yes.
Amagita.
Yes.
Togamara gukum. Amauta sulunzera okorokuuma. So Buraro is there to start with us. Aba youth abaliyeyo mwasi okwa Buraro tukoli nenyu kandi tukulakulana hauma. Then naunzerenga numusima chitongoli cha Bees Abroad inde basinja eratreka mu mukono kandi namabala nisende esatani chikumi esitwabala nisayo omumya kitano tukese tunga. Mwasinga namulekerera
Steve, send out. Say your last word.
I've loved being here in Uganda. I'm looking forward to coming back.
Thank you. David, send out.
Coming back.
Send out. Your last word.
That's great. Thank you very much for listening to us, and good luck with your beekeeping.
Yeah, our listener, I want to thank you for being part of this team, for being part of this show, for loving My Planet, the show with the Superhost Hamilton. We have enjoyed speaking to you, although we may not be seeing you directly here, but we know you are seeing us and we are picking the information. Please be there, and next week we may have a call-in show on next Sunday. What I have not said today, I will say it on Sunday. I wish you to be safe there. Please adopt the beekeeping technology. It's very important. Until next Sunday, I'm sending out. I'm Superhost Hamilton. Until then, bye-bye.